Hey everyone, Forever82 here. Hope you're staying safe and being well out there. So, Berzerk. It's a very well-known classic, and it's one of my favorite games from my youth, as much as every other game I usually talk about on this channel. But Berzerk, I did not get a chance to play in the arcade until much later. In fact, I didn't even know the arcade version existed until much later. I got a chance to play it when I was 13 and 14 at the Cedar Point Arcade Center that they had. And I got to play it again for one more time when I was 27 in the year of 2009. And to prove that concept, or to prove that point, here's me flipping it off. And there's a reason for that. See, Berzerk is responsible for basically 3 deaths. Now, the third death, I don't remember the people's involved, but basically someone was killed over who was going to put the first quarter in. I don't know how true that story is, but apparently they were fighting over who was going to put the quarter into play first. And one other guy pulled out a shank and basically stabbed the death, pretty much. The other 2 were natural causes, heart attacks. There's Jeff Daly and Peter Burkowski. The thing about it is I don't know about Jeff Daly, and I don't know if they had underlying health conditions. I heard or read that Peter Burkowski was obese, and he succumbed to death after playing this game, dropped dead of a heart attack or inflammation of the heart, or from inflammation of the heart. And Jeff Daly just basically killed over. He had a score of Jeff Daly of 16,600, so that was recorded. I didn't find one on Peter Burkowski. If you guys want to state that in the comments, please feel free, because I always like to include you in these discussions. So that's why I'm giving it the finger. That's why I'm flipping it off, because it's responsible of 2 gamers' deaths that are no longer with us, and it's a shame. Berzerk was made in 1980, and it was one of the first arcade games to have voice synthesis. And another game I can recall made by Midway was Wizards of War, if you guys ever played that one, which is more or less a Pac-Man clone. I don't really like that game. I tried, but yeah, so that's me flipping it off for that reason. So Berzerk, yeah, so I played it a lot in my youth, the Atari version. Me and my brother would have marathons, kind of like how my dad and I would have marathons with Missile Command on our Atari 5200 before the power supply caught fire. Excuse me. Me and my brother would have, not all-night marathons, just marathons, it would be 6 o'clock at night, and we'd play it till about 8, 9 at night, and then go to bed, or sometimes my mom would let us stay up and watch a TV movie or something on Saturday night. That was a long time ago, but it feels like yesterday, you know? It's like little memories like that, the ones that stick with you, is kind of like, it's not hazy, because it was important to you. But yeah, me and my brother used to play Berzerk all the time. I remember my brother got such a high score, though, to the point where I think it had the same problem as Demon Attack. If you get to a certain high score, the game will just freeze or black out. Kind of like yeah, Demon Attack did the same thing. You would get so much of a high score that it would blink out. Now, basically, there's no recording of this except in a book, and I can't find the name of the book. But it was. You remember how Jeff Rovin made the How to Win at Nintendo Games series? I think he made 4, and then he made one that was basically half Super Nintendo, half Genesis, and then after that, I don't know what he did. But I think it wasn't him, I don't think. There was an Atari game book that basically told you how to beat Atari games, or stuff about Atari games. It was just in the same line as Jeff Rovin's books. But he mentioned that if you got to a certain score in the game the game would end, and you can basically consider the game beaten. That's what my brother was able to accomplish. It was recorded in that book. No one else seems to understand it or remember or care. And that kind of saddens me, because Berzerk is a very fantastic game. And its sequel, Frenzy, was pretty good, too. They added a few things in there. I couldn't get into Frenzy as much as I could Berzerk, but that's besides the point. Point is, Atari, as you know, has been making a recharged series of famous games that they've created back in the day that are being basically reimagined, which I think would be probably a better choice than recharged choice of words, because recharged just sounds retarded, if you want my honest opinion. But yeah, so we're going to cut to some footage of playing the 2600 so you can get an idea of how it was and my opinion on it. And then I'm going to show you the game that they just recently brought into the space of gaming. And it's Berzerk Recharged. And if you're expecting something good, Jesus Christ help you, child, because they think they fucked that up. Holy dog shit, it is absolute crap. It's like, but Atari didn't make it. You see, they are outsourcing to some game companies here and there, and they own Stern gaming division, or game IPs that they released for the arcade games back in the day. Atari owns all those now, so that's why. But here's the thing. They should have found a better person to take care of the IP. Now, Berzerk is a very simple game, yes. But the thing I love about Berzerk is the whole ominous, the whole, like, sense of dread in the atmosphere. They got that all wrong, and you'll see that. But first, before we do all that, let's go ahead and take a look at the Atari 2600 version, because this game is great. Before I do that, though, I'll tell you about the Atari version. It was released in 1981 by Atari, and that's it. So, let's go ahead and let's just go ahead and I'll show you the 2600 version, shall we? All right, here we go. This is basically Berzerk. I'm gonna play it on level 3 so we can see one of the first ever protagonists that used to give people nightmares. His name goes by Dr. Otto. I want to say, I want to find, if on the, this is the demo screen. Usually you can determine what difficulty Dr. Otto will appear on. But the higher the difficulty, the more fucky it gets. And I really wish I remember. I do apologize for my ignorance. Okay, let's just go with 5, because Odd is single player, and of course, yeah, Odd is single player. Equal is 2 player, even though it's alternating. Alternating gameplay is never a fun time. It's always good on co-op. That's why Atari was kind of behind the times. But then again, 1977. What are you gonna do, right? So yeah, this game I fucking adore. I could sit here and play this game probably for a few hours if I had the time. We'll start with level 5. Hopefully we can see Dr. Otto, because he's quite the character. In fact, you knew, or you gotta know, that, Atari had to have been smoking a bunch of weed when they were making games and ports and things on their console. And even Howard Scott Warshaw of Yar's Revenge fame, and of course the guy who made E.T., that was only given 6 weeks because Atari's a bunch of dicks, even mentioned in a couple documentaries that they indeed smoked some pot over at Atari. So, that helped with the whole, I'm pretty sure that helped with the imagination thing, because some people are just super imaginative when they're high. See, I never had that. I would just like to lay back and just listen to music or play a video game and just drone out. I would never have a imagination. It's weird. Anyways, let's play. Now, I take that back. It's 1982. Not 19. I thought it was in 81. But then again, this is the Japanese ROM. Yeah, I'm cheating a little bit. Ah, there he is! You want to get the fuck away from him, because holy shit, he'll come out of nowhere. I mean, just listen to the sound and take it. There he is! Oh shit! Get away from me! Oh my god, Dr. Otto is a dick. I just love how it's like, oh shit, that's another thing. If you touch the wall, you will get electrocuted. But you can't fuck around, because Dr. Otto comes, he's coming after you. There's no playing around when it comes to Dr. Otto. If you touch the walls, you get electrocuted. If you get hit by bullets, you get electrocuted. There's that piece of shit right there. You can shoot him in this for some reason. You can't do that in the arcade version, or even the 5200 version. You couldn't shoot him. Yeah, I got to play that much later too. Good version, by the way. Fuck! But he'll just keep on coming. I just love how it's quiet, and the controls are perfect. It plays silky smooth. Love this game to death. I could sit here and play this right now. I can do a stream right now. I should just cut on the stream. Hey guys, we're gonna play Berzerk. But I'm not gonna do that. Anyways, that's game over. But I'm gonna play one more just for shits and giggles. Because this game's fun. I used to do stupid shit too as a kid, like this. Drive my parents nuts. Scott, what the fuck you doing? I was a troll as a kid. Oh god, no, you stay the fuck over there. Yeah, commit suicide, it's good for you. What the fuck? I didn't even shoot him! Crazy. No! No! God! asshole! Dr. Otto does not make me happy. I just like how he's a smiley face, though. But yeah, you can probably tell this game has that addictive nature to it. I mean, if you have, like, friends over, and you guys pass the joystick around, I'm sure you guys would have a great time with that. Oh, shit! Yeah, once the robots are gone, Dr. Otto comes for blood. He ain't gonna fuck around with nobody. You don't have to kill all the robots. I just do for the points. I mean, you gotta have points. And yeah, the game will troll you like that. They'll just put you in the middle of the goddamn war zone, expect you to survive this shit, and half the time you can't. I mean, I got lucky this time. No! I want to go here. Okay. I mean, it really doesn't matter. Not that I can tell. I mean, I've been told that depending on the door you go into, or the way you go into, depends. Like, the robot go, no. This is why people had heart attacks. It depends what kind of rope, basically, what door depends on the robot. I mean, it's all, to me, it seems random. I mean, it doesn't really matter. The game doesn't end until you get the high score. Which I don't remember the number for. Excuse me for my ignorance. No, you get the fuck away from me, you piece of shit. Jesus. And you get extra lives, of course. Every, was it 20,000? 2,000 points? Nah, God, it's been forever. When you hear that doo-doo-doo-doo-doo, that's when you get it. Get away from me. You know, we need to, like, redo this game with digitized graphics. Not, like, recharged, right? You make the robots... Get the... Oh, Jesus. Like, redo this game with digitized graphics. We can make these robots, like, children. And then Dr. Owl could be Joe Biden going after the children. Oh, come on! That was so fucking cheap! You dirty bitch. God. I hate that. But you know what? It's fun. This game is fantastic. But like I was saying, make this a digitized game and like make the robots like children. And then see, there's Dr. Otto right there just jumping. He can like come after you. I don't know. I just think that would be funny. All right, so you guys seen the Atari version? Looks great, right? It's has that nice foreboding and ominous atmosphere. It's quiet, and then you just gotta fucking keep running. Good times, good fun. I mean, if you guys like Atari games, I highly suggest it. It's really fun. However, as the old saying goes, when there's shit, there's flies. Guys, I hope you can prepare yourself, because what you're about to see is a fucking monstrosity when it comes to one of the greatest games of my generation. At least in my very opinion of the golden arcade games. What you're about to see is a way you don't redo a classic. Alright, well, I have it loaded on the screen, and we're going to go ahead and play the arcade mode just so you can see what this entails. Now, you may see in the upper part of the screen, there's the robots, right? What the fuck? They look retarded. The ones in the Atari version look scarier than that. Hell, you guys ever seen the instruction booklet of Berzerk? Right? They need to look like this. This looks metal as fuck. Why couldn't they look something like that? They look like some cutesy little thing from a fucking Flash game. And that's an insult to Flash games. Alright, you gotta use... It's basically a twin-stick shooter, and you gotta use the R button to shoot. It's very unintuitive. And you got little modes here you can play. You can play as powerless, where you don't have power-ups, so it's like the arcade original. And then you can, of course, you have a dash move, which I will show, that you can use. You can disable that, or you can have Iron Man where you start as one hit point. Basically, that's your hardcore mode for all you fucking meat-headed gamers out there. I'm just going to play the game as it is. Okay, so this is your dude. The music is fine. This has like a Eat It song too. It sounds like Eat It. Eat It. Anyways, you can dash. You get power-ups, and you can use those by pressing the left trigger, obviously. You can spin your gun around and shoot. It does not feel very good at all. This is not Berzerk to me. Anyways, I guess we should move and get started. Now, here's something else. You go through the doors and you keep pressing a direction. Watch what happens. Okay, I didn't do it that time. I shit you not, when I first loaded this game, my dude was halfway across the screen. The moment the screen loaded entirely, here comes Evil Otto, by the way. I'll AC him. See, there's Evil Otto, and when he approaches you, he smiles, see? He's just the same. He's probably the only good thing about this fucking game. You have extra enemies, and that's cool, I mean, adds variety. But this literally looks like a Flash game from 2005. Those voices are dog shit. They don't even have that same foreboding presence. They're cheesy as hell. Basically, you go... Now, I will give it this. There's different rooms, and they look, you know, they look okay. It keeps you from getting too bored. You have different enemies. I had that. But Jesus fucking Christ, this is not Berzerk to me. See, right, like, you see that right there? How it just jittered? What the fuck's that about? What if there was an enemy there? I would have lost a life for no fucking reason. You're allowed to get hit 5 times, too. That's a nice feature, too. So, that's a pro. But, they could have done... This could have been so much better. I mean, some of you may be watching like, oh, come on, it's only $10. Dude, there's fucking $10 on games I could have spent other than this crap. Missile Command was good. Black Widow was good. This is not. See, once again, jankiness. And this aiming sucks. It's fucking terrible. It doesn't feel absolute. And you know, if you know what I mean by that, it feels like the direction you're aiming for is slightly off. And your guy looks like a dork. Who the fuck is this jackass anyways? The original guy had more personality, and he's a fucking stick figure! So, Evil Otto, the music, that's it. Everything else in this game is not great. I mean, you have power-ups, but they only like, once we get out of this room, it goes away, and you can't kill Evil Otto. See? And now, guess what? We're back to using a fucking laser. If you could use the power-ups, that would have been nice. Like, if you could save them. Super dash is what it is. You can just dash around the room, yada, yada, yada. We don't want to kill myself. You know, I mean, if it would take me away from the game, that'd be fine. I will give it some credit. I like the fact that some of the rooms are very varied. But it just plays like shit. You can't enjoy them as much. And once again, it looks like a goddamn thing. Here's what you do. You know what you do in a game with a game like this? You have 2 modes. You have the original, and you have the recharge. That way, if you don't like the recharge mode like I don't with this piece of shit, you can play the original! Everything looks fucking goofy. And you did not have a fucking shotgun in the original goddamn Berzerk. It just doesn't have the magic. It doesn't have the feel. It doesn't have what made Berzerk an amazing game. It doesn't have any of that. Well, good, and I can fucking stop playing, because this game is fucking terrible. I don't like it. Now, I'll be fair. If this game ever... I'm quitting. Because I wanted to show you at least a game of it. Bottom line is, guys... Yes, I get it's only $10, but it controls like shit, right? And it doesn't look great. It looks like a Flash game. If I want to pay for a Flash game, then the world has already lost. Okay? The thing is sure, this is how they made this game. If I can summarize it in this way, I'm just gonna say this, okay? I even wrote this down as a script so I could say this without fumbling and bumbling all over the place when it comes to my closing opinion. Okay, this plays like Berzerk was a Flash game. The designs are terrible, controls are wonky, and there are a few bugs that need correcting, such as that whole walking through and then getting bounced back to the beginning of the stage or the maze. You guys saw that. It was fucking terrible. I love the original Berzerk and still play my same copy I got as a kid for my 2600. This is an insult to the source material. Where is the heart and soul that the arcade version or hell, the Atari 26K version had? None of that is here. Someone's seen the source material and put modern stank on it, and with blur bloom effects added a mission mode without even implementing the foreboding and ominous atmosphere of the original. And just for that alone, And for the aforementioned issues I have to give this game a thumbs down. He said it sounds like a Steam review. That's because it is. It's got no likes, no comments, but that's okay. I don't really care about others' opinions because, you know, Steam is like every other hive mind. If the game is popular and you give it a thumbs down, they'll fucking go all Mount St. Helens on you. It's ridiculous. Anyways, I'm just gonna say this for you Berzerk fans: if you like the way it looks, it's only $10. It's not going to take too much of your time or too much issues. If you don't like the way it looks, like me, and it gives you just a sense of you know, like this is modern stink bullshit, then I would suggest, if you still want it though, wait for it to become on sale. Or hell, maybe it's, if you have Epic Game Store, they may give it away for free at some point. That's how I got some of my recharged games from storefronts. I didn't buy them, I got them from Epic for free, so there's that. Anyways, I am highly disappointed in Berzerk Recharge. Some people probably like this game. I don't. It just doesn't feel like Berzerk to me. It feels like basically a broken version of Robotron, and it also reminds me that of a Flash game. And the thing is I love Flash games, but this is 2023. Flash is dead. Okay, they needed more. They should have put some more thought and more imagination into this, because to me, as a Berzerk fan, this is unacceptable. So, this and Yar's Revenge Recharge is... I don't have Yar's Revenge, but I played it. It's terrible. Not the one on the 50th anniversary either. It's a completely different game. That game is absolute complete dog shit. I give them, once again, some props for trying, but it was just not good. Anyways, I'm just rambling on here at this point, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut it. I am Forever82. I am signing off. What did you guys think of this reboot? Is this something worth your time? Well, if you think it's worth your $10, go ahead and buy that. But honestly, I would wait till it's on sale. Don't spend the full price on it. It's just not worth it, especially when you can play the 2600 version. Oh, and if you want to go ahead, save that $10 for $30, and then get yourself a 2600 plus and buy Berzerk Enhanced Edition, because that's what I'm gonna fucking do when I have the money. Until then, guys, love you. Peace. Keep gaming, keep loving, keep each other, and keep it retro, and we will see you again soon. Until then, take care. Thank you for watching my video. If you liked what you saw and would like to support my channel, please consider being a patron. I'll put your name up with these fine folks who have donated to this channel, and that would be awesome to have you on board. If not, that's entirely up to you. I hope you have a good day and take care.